right, so I don't know what happened the first time I uploaded this video. The sound didn't save in the first few minutes of it, so I'm going to re-record the first few minutes and I'll repost it, so stay tuned for that. Basically, it's a couple on a plane. You've all seen the movie Snakes on a Plane, and you can extrapolate from that what went on here. It's quite funny. Basically, your man was yearning for a churning, and she obliged him.
Passengers probably was having like sexual intercourse on the plane.
Who's he?
My supervisor, they got a call.
Oh, they got a call from the...
Yeah, when I was coming.
So they're not here yet?
He said sexual intercourse, so they said I need to come to the gate. But you can talk more about it.
Oh, but they're not here yet?
They about to land.
Oh, okay.
They went like 11. Dang, I need that.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna...
What happened?
Coupling 26 AV thought this was the appropriate place to, jack off her boyfriend or husband, whoever he is.
I love the way you did the action as if the cop doesn't know what that means.
We tried to get her to just sit up and pass her seatbelt to avoid a lot of kids back there. So we tried to not make any big issue about it, but they continued. So,
were there any children around them?
Yeah, the family, they're in 26 AV. The kid in 27.
Did you actually see it? I just need you to write it down for me what you saw.
Yeah. And then lady with her kid witnessed it as well.
Hi.
Hey, are these them?
Hello? Hey. Are these... Are those them? That was that?
Hold up, we gotta talk to you guys.
Okay.
What happened on the plane?
You were laying down? What do you mean?
I was sleeping on him.
Like, even the fact that she immediately was like, she went straight in there with, what do you mean? I was laying down, nothing happened. It's like that meme, they're just hanging around. It's like, why would you have to go straight to that? Clearly, you were doing something.
Okay, so it was reported that you both were having sex acts on board.
We were having, I'm sorry, what?
Sex on board. So they were reported by the captain. So it is unacceptable you do that on board. I don't know, but that's why they were reporting to us.
Okay.
We said we didn't have sex, but it was almost like, yeah, we did do other things.
For the flight.
I slept the entire plane. How we have people
So one of the in-flight reported that he witnessed you guys all having sex.
I mean, I laid on him for half of the flight while we were sleeping. My daughters were behind
The
me.
girls are right there.
My daughters were right behind me.
All right, so
Like, really?
all right, that's why.
The arms on that lady.
That's a shock.
No, I'm shocked as well.
She would decapitate it. Mother of God.
It's a full plane.
All right. Were you addressing anybody to staff? Were you on board?
Will I what? I'm sorry, say that again?
Were you addressed in any way?
I was laying down at one point, and the stewardess from the front, the male, said, "Excuse me, ma'am, you have to turn around and put your seatbelt on." But I was in fetal position, laying down, actually sleeping.
Okay.
That's the only thing, and he was really, really rude about it.
So maybe it wasn't a hand shandy. Just thinking of the mechanics of that situation, dude might have locked out. It could have been, mouth to south resuscitation.
Basically was asleep. I never watched the movie. I never turned on the TV. I was asleep.
He was
The
interfering
only
with,
thing
is
that
what
I
he's
could think
saying.
of was that male stewardess when I was laying down, and he came
Male
over and was
stewardess.
super rude and was like, "Turn
She
around
actually hit the nail on the head with that one, in fairness.
and put your seatbelt on." He was sleeping. I was I had my legs up, almost like a fetal position, and he had his arm wrapped around me, and that was it. I mean, we didn't have any blankets or anything. This is crazy.
Close.
This is crazy.
I don't understand how this is happening.
Well, that was why they reported as the GSA had to follow up with you guys, because I wanted to understand that any kind of act like that
I completely understand that. And listen, if I was going to do that, I wouldn't do it. It's right behind me.
Well,
I mean, yeah, no, I get what she's saying here, in fairness. The way the guy is saying it is like they went full 50 Shades of Grey on the airplane. It appears that perhaps she was, just throwing dice, right? Fine. That's awful to do that on a fucking packed plane. That is terrible. Like, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, the way the guy is saying it, it seems like way worse than it actually was. She was just shucking corn at the end of the day. Like, it's still awful and you should absolutely get in trouble for that. But yeah, the guy's kind of bigging it up a bit.
My
it
teenage
makes sense to me. It makes sense to me as well. I just want to make sure that was wrong.
No.
That's the reason I told you.
That's fine. There's no way that it
Got embarrassed that you. That's why.
I was actually telling him, like, this was the most rudest.
All right, so I'm gonna follow up with that as well.
Yeah.
I almost said something really gross there.
Yeah.
I will anyway. No, I won't. I'll get in trouble.
This is insane.
Put on your gloves before you take her ID, for Christ's sake.
Oh, mother.
Let's go out to our office.
Yeah.
Finish it up.
Yeah. Well, what I do, okay.
So we can go.
Can I take my children?
He's gonna stay with
Where are they?
They're coming with us. We're all going to end up in the same office downstairs, just to be out of the way and not in front of everybody. And
This is like humiliating.
Yeah.
we're just talking. There's really nothing to be humiliated about, I mean, I don't know what's going on. We were just asked to come and talk to you guys, so we're going to talk to you guys privately.
Okay.
They would talk to you.
Okay. Hi.
What did you see happening?
Okay. When we was the takeoff, he was jerking up on him, and I come with my kid, one 11 years old and another 14 years old, and she was watching that my kid was watching on them, and she didn't stop. And I was like, I didn't know what to do because my little one was like, what
Give
is
your
this?
identification.
Hell, he.
Okay. Hey,
Oh
just-
yeah, man. Like,
wanna
kids
step
on the
over here
plane,
so I
that's
don't know,
completely unacceptable. No question about it.
But the only thing is that I don't want that she knows that I the flight attendant saw them too.
I know.
Are you able to read my handwriting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Did you actually see his sexual organs or anything, or?
Couldn't see any sexual organs because it was the way it was angled in there. It was a little hard to see, but it's
Did you?
It was angled right in there. I mean, I haven't seen this in its entirety. My understanding is, spoiler alert, the charges were dropped. I can understand why, based on, the witness side of things, or you'll hear it from the rest of the witnesses here, I'm sure, that like nobody could actually see, how can I put this? Like hand to bird in the open. That doesn't mean that it's not, against the law, or that it's not inappropriate at the very least. Like, even so, like, can you imagine? Maybe don't imagine. Anyway, you're sitting on a plane, you look over, there's two people sitting there, they got a blanket over them, and the blanket is, moving up and down very quickly. You know what's going on there. It's very obvious. And that in and of itself is performing that act in public, whether or not you can see the meat and two veg. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that the gentleman's sausage isn't actually on display. You don't have to look it in the eye to prove that what's being done here is a crime, ultimately. Like, I mean, yeah. Anyway, still indecent.
You asked him to stop?
Maybe not the
we won't.
exposure part, but
We're
it's...
trying not to because that way, if we did, we were going to cause a problem, and it was early in the flight, so we had about an extra hour.
you wouldn't want to make a balls of a flight.
So
How long did it go on for?
About 7 inches.
that's a good question. She's going to know a little bit more than I did. We were just trying to pass by so we could witness it. We made multiple ones, and I was the only one that saw motion.
Stay tuned to the end of the video for my greatest penis joke.
So that was the best act that I saw.
So with her head in his lap, not her hand?
Straight in the lap. So, like,
Right in there.
obviously.
Was there a blanket or anything?
Nope.
No? Wow.
That's why I was able to see the up and down, but I couldn't see any actual vehicle. That's why. Though I've been through the van, but it was definitely something going on.
Okay. Can you just put your ID so I can just take a picture of it?
All right, basically, because of the information provided, obviously we have to talk to you guys separately and go from there, basically. Clearly, there's people around you guys, and I don't know what's being said over there, but we have to talk to them, figure out if they say something that might cause you guys to be under arrest, then you guys might end up under arrest. If they don't say it, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying we're talking to them. They're going to talk to them as well, and then eventually it's going to come up to whatever they believe saw. That's all I'm saying. Like, whoever was around you. Okay.
You want to tell me what happened on the plane? The only thing that happened is me and her got on the plane. The girls sat behind us. We asked them if they wanted to be in front of us so we could see them. They said no.
Crazy.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I have one. I have them in the cell. Bye. Yep. Okay. Bye. All right. Go ahead. We joked around for a little bit before we got on the plane. Before we left. I slowly started to pass out. I leaned on the window side with the window thing down. My wife obviously was on my shoulder. And then eventually her head was on my lap, almost probably the entire flight until the gentleman woke us up and asked him to get up, seat straight, etc., etc. I was asleep almost the entire flight. I never watched TV. I never engaged with anybody. I was up all night and I drove us to the airport.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, I'm just going to put the handcuff on you. Okay?
Why?
I'm not quite sure he's the arresting officer. If there's, he's the investigating officer.
What's going on?
Yeah. So.
She's putting handcuffs on because they know exactly what you're capable of when your hands are not restrained. Jesus.
I've been with you.
Yeah, what is going on?
And I wasn't there prior to whatever conversation you guys have with them over there. I'm just walking with you guys to get you guys here.
We talked to all you guys at the same time, though.
I was talking to their flight attendant, so I don't know what was said outside prior to me coming to you guys. So as of right now, you guys are being detained. Whatever investigation he does.
Are we being arrested right now?
Detained.
What is that? I don't even know.
Detained means that you're in our custody until whatever investigation needs to be done is done.
What is going on right now?
What's that?
So my heart is like beating out of my chest.
Well, that's not all that was beaten. Your heart was not the only thing that was beaten. That's why you're in this mess. Just saying.
Okay.
There were reports on the plane that you were performing sexual acts with your husband on the plane. In public.
Nice.
We weren't doing that. I was like sleeping all over him, yes. And we were like giggling and joking when we first got there because it was such a shit show of a morning. But I slept on him almost the entire time. And then when the flight attendant said, turn around and put your seatbelt on, like I sat up and then he remained sleeping and then laid on me for a little bit. And then that was it. Like this.
So, again.
Kids are behind. I wouldn't do anything with my children right there. Like this is insane.
We have to do the investigation.
No, I mean,
so right now, you guys are detained until the full
insane.
investigation is done.
So right now we're getting statements from other people, witnesses, and we'll sort it out. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
Your kids are good. They're outside.
We're outside.
Okay? Right in front.
This is fucking insane. This is insane. This is insane.
What's insane is giving a rubby on the chubby when you're in the plane. Just make you go home. Oh, well, I suppose it's for the thrill of it, I guess.
It falls down into whatever.
So it's like their word against ours? Like they say we did something and we said we didn't?
I can't tell you exactly what he's going to do, but we just have to rely on what information is being provided. Again, we're doing an investigation on it, and then goes from there. That's all I can tell you right now.
After collecting sworn statements from all witnesses, officers arrested the couple involved. However, all charges were later dropped.
There you go. Well, anyway, give them a hand. At least they got the charges dropped. Look, I think they got a lucky escape here, to be honest with you. But like, imagine the shame, the holy mortifying shame of going through all of that, and you didn't even get the full Monty. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like a bit of a waste of that much hassle. At least if you were taking a flight to Pound Town, the whole shebang, great. Like maybe it's worth getting in trouble. I don't know. But for a hand shandy, for an old fashioned, it just seems like a lot of effort. Oh, God. Anyway, my favorite penis joke. I have to, because this is a penis related video, so it's only fair. Two guys in a bar, they're standing at the urinals or whatever you call them. First guy's taking a leak, and next thing the second guy starts peeing, and piss goes everywhere, popping out of holes all over his gentleman's sausage. The other guy's like, Jesus, man, what is wrong with it? He said, oh, well, look, I'm a carpenter, and for years I've kept my nails in my pocket, and over time it's pierced it, and that's why it sprays everywhere. He goes, okay. So he gets a piece of paper and a pen, writes down a phone number for him. He goes, here, ring this guy. He'll take care of it. He goes, oh, brilliant. Is he a specialist surgeon? He said, no, he's a flute player. He'll show you how to hold it. And with that, I can hear you all laughing at home all over the world. And with that, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed it. Probably not as much as he did. But yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Slàinte.